In today's video, we've hopefully found our very first boat, a Boston Whaler 255. But before buying it, we've actually got to make sure we do a sea trial on it.
And during the sea trial, we have to check everything on Boston. So in today's video, we're going to be showing you everything that we check and in the end, the decision that we make.
And luckily, we actually do have a professional with us, so it's not just us looking at it.
But look, no wind, buddy. Not a breath of wind. Our expert today is JB. We actually brought him along because he's grown up on boats. He actually knows everything to look for, and we're really glad we had him. So JB was actually very happy with the engines and how they ran. So obviously it was now time for us to check the rest of the systems on board. I must admit I found some things I didn't even know we had, but we also found some things that didn't work.
That's underneath here. That's where it's pumping water into.
Ah, gotcha.
So you'd be praised.
Oh, really? Okay.
Or, yeah, it's easier to get them out of there.
With these, you fill them from the ocean though.
Yeah.
Right, so you can fill them with a saltwater deck wash when it's working.
Yeah.
But you can pull this little plug out and flood them.
Yep.
Right. It'll only obviously sink. It'll only sink to the level of the waterline.
Yep.
So what's the other thing then?
That's the discharge one.
Okay.
So it sucks it out.
That's the bilge pump? Yeah.
Yeah, that's this one. So it's sucking that water out.
Ah! I didn't know that. Oh, that's good. Well, I did. I didn't even, after 6 years running, I didn't know. So this one, this pump for this, is this a separate pump altogether?
It's a separate pump, yeah, so that's this couple of times to go. So that's freshwater one.
Yeah.
This one here.
That's working out. The
Radios.
Yeah, the radio. No, all I did was to just see how the toilet works, because you're going to have that issue.
But yes, good to know. Caleb, you are technically, are you the deckhand? And you can be shown how to do it.
What, you feeling me using it?
No.
So the toilet itself is a manual
Pump?
Yeah, so you fill it up here.
Yeah.
So when you put the water in,
Yes.
quite simple in that regard. Yeah, you should do that. Goes into the tank.
Gotcha.
So it's a bit of an emergency. There's a hose. So these are traditionally something you take in a caravan and carry them around.
Yeah.
The Boston Whaler adapts them and makes them into more of an inbuilt practical solution.
Yep.
So there's a hose coming in and there's a hose coming out. So effectively, when you look down this hole, as primitive as it is,
Yep.
that's the hose ready to suck out what's in there.
Yes.
And that's what this pump is. Right, so if you just in quietly,
Yep. Can hear it out here.
yeah, that's sucking out, there's nothing in it.
Gotcha.
It's got flares and EPIRB with it as well.
Yep.
And life jackets.
So we can enter.
So when you fill up.
The F10.
Yeah.
So you apply that every time you
Fill up.
fill
and then,
up, you
Yep.
just apply it, and then you run it through.
Yep.
And then if you're just topping up, you just prorata how much you dropped in.
Gotcha.
The anchor was working fine until we got to the release system. I don't quite know what it's called, but as you can tell, it's all seized up.
But at least you know, but that's so you can mainly drop it in emergency.
Yep. So you can actually then it disengages and lets it go straight up. Yep.
All it is, between here and here, it's just like literally a taper,
Yep.
like a brass taper.
Yep.
And now it's time for something that Caleb has been looking forward to for months. Getting to drive Boston for the very first time.
Right. You go, buddy. Yeah, you go.
Just don't push the red button.
Yeah.
There's a red button.
I don't know.
That's what I'm saying, hold on.
That way. Yep.
That's one.
Yep. And the other one
And then the
here.
other one.
Oh, yeah, check.
They've got a smart start, so you just got to touch it. find one, I reckon it's really good to have the knob.
Mate, funny enough, we had that on our skipper's desk and it made it so much easier.
You can buy knobs for them.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, it's actually got a little nodule there. There's a little flat nodule,
Yeah?
so you should be able to draw that out and buy it. Yeah.
Gotcha. As Travis brought Boston back to the dock, I was able to actually see the dry dock docking system in action for the first time. I have to admit, it was amazing to watch, and it only took a couple of minutes to get Boston out of the water. Unfortunately, it's not for sale, so we're going to have to think of another option for when we get Boston home. But I think I do have an idea of what we're going to do. So today's sea trial went well. A couple of things that have to be fixed up, but nothing major.
Yeah.
The only recommendation I would give with buying a boat that I've learned so far is allow more time than you think you're going to need. Not only for the sea trials like this type of stuff, but getting all the other items prepared. The insurance, the pen, as I said. But hopefully we're going to get it all done before the 21st, and hopefully today we're going to find a really good pen down at Fremantle. I've actually never been to Fremantle Yacht Club.
So what are we?
C12. This one right here.
C12, this one?
Yeah. So as you can see, Boston actually does have some things we're going to have to fix on her, but we have decided to buy her.
And if you want to see the adventure of us actually bringing her home and all the things we learned along the way we didn't know.
This is the moment I'm going to remember for the rest of my life, because I realised we'd bought our very first boat and it was the best decision we'd ever made.
Click video over this face.
We do learn a lot on the very first trip home.